Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back? Fucking hell, mate. It's so unstable. Literally, like, I do a speed test now, and the download is 89, and the upload is like 12. At least it's back. Praying to AP. Yeah, I think we're back, guys. I think we're back. That was a bit sucky. Hopefully YouTube won't reload. RIP background music. Oh. Okay, yeah. I found this one. Am I the asshole for walking out of the airport when I saw my husband's mum standing there with her luggage? So, I, female 30, don't have the best relationship with my husband's mum. Since day one, she tried to make remarks and compare me to her. She then tried to get on my good side and started overly praising everything I do and sometimes even copying me. Like that one time, she literally dyed her hair purple just like mine. When everyone pointed out how ridiculous she looked, she actually blamed me and accused me of trying to make a joke out of her. So anyways, my husband and I took 2 weeks off work to go visit some place around the country, tourism in other words. Thing is, I was the one who saved up and arranged for the trip. My husband was responsible for the booking tickets. My husband's mum wanted to come along and threw a temper tantrum when I said no. She called, texted, sent people messages to me into letting her come, even threatened to call the police and make some complaint up to get us to stay if she can't come. My husband said we should just take her, but I told him if he was wrong to tell her about the trip in the first place. He gave me an ultimatum. She said he wouldn't go if she can't come. And I told him I'd gladly call his bluff, which made him take the words back and say, fine, I will tell her to stop because we won't take her. Things got quieter, suspiciously quieter. The day of the trip came and we got to the airport at 2 p.m. My husband was walking ahead of me and looking left and right like he was looking for someone. I asked him, but he didn't respond. He led me to the waiting area and first thing I saw was his mum standing there with her luggage. I froze in my spot. I felt a cold wave washing over me, and I was fuming inside. She and my husband were hugging. That's when I quietly turned around and started walking towards the exit. My husband followed me while shouting just at me to stop. He tried to stop me, but I told him off in the harshest way possible. He tried to say I was overreacting and that his mum was there anyway, and I should let it go and not mess the trip up for us. I told him he and his mum could still go, and then I was going home. I went home, subbed into my dog's fur for several minutes. Turned out he booked her a ticket without me knowing. An hour later, he came home yelling and raging about how pathetic and spiteful I was to walk out and go home and ruin his trip last minute. I told him he caused this to happen. He said that I was being so hard on his mom, so it's ridiculous. I refused to fight anymore. He kept on berating me that I called my family and tell them the trip was cancelled and that it was because of me. My family said I shouldn't have ruined it for myself and should have sucked it up and done my best to enjoy. Did I really overreact?
Nah, husband's
No.
awesome.
Yeah, husband's
You're
asshole.
married. Like, you're supposed to take your wife's side, bro.
Yeah. Bruh, like, if your mom's
Like, if
coming...
your wife is uncomfortable around a member of your family, and they tell you why they're uncomfortable, and you still refuse to hear them out, like your spouse out, then that's on you.
Yeah. Husband needs to cut the cord, the wife needs a divorce. Literally. Like, like, what? Does he have, like, mommy issues or something? Or have, like, some weird relationship with his mom? Like, why was he so keen for his mom to come on this trip? That should be, like, probably, like, a nice romantic, romantic holiday. And she saved the money as well. So she ended up losing money on this trip.
Yeah, it's not even like he was the one that was paying for everything. If
Yeah.
that were the situation, it'd be like, fine, he's the one paying, but she still doesn't have to go, and it doesn't make her a bad person if she doesn't go. But like,
Yeah.
he wasn't setting up the whole trip. It was all planned by the wife,
Mm.
uh,
That
which
is...
would mean she should be, in charge of how the trip goes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just like ridiculous. Like, your mum was literally having a tantrum that she couldn't come. Like, being like child. Why would you want to take her with that behavior?
This is like another one of the whole like. Have you ever seen those videos or like, uh like writing pieces about emotional incest?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Super common in mothers and sons.
Yeah. It's gross. It's so gross. Like, I've heard so many stories. None of it's coming to mind, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Also, like, why would you want your mom to come along? Like, if you're going with your wife, like, surely you can get some, like, time alone, that kind of thing, and then I don't know, bro. It's just weird. Also, hey Bill, welcome. This is a post from the future wife of the guy who wouldn't travel for his girlfriend. Can you imagine? Yeah, yeah, that's just an asshole. Complete asshole. The wife, the wife literally did nothing wrong. I would have been so pissed off. I was like, that's literally, she told him her boundaries. And then he was just like, nah, fuck your boundaries. And went behind her back. What? What a piece of shit. What an actual piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. How's your drawing going this time?
Mine?
Yeah, yours. Is it going?
Yes, it's moving. It's moving and schmoving.
It's moving. I think I'm having better luck today. If I was a wife, I would have taken the flight alone and made the husband and mom stay behind and follow through with the bluff that he told her. True, true. Why get married when you're going to put your spouse second to your parents? Yeah,
Yeah.
like it should just be like, I don't know, like equal.
Like once you get, nah, I don't know, because I feel like there's definitely gonna be some points in anybody's marriage where like there's going to be a split between, choosing your parents or choosing your spouse, or partner, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's a different kind of relationship. Like once you get married and I don't know. Like obviously your parents are still important, but it's gonna be different. Like when you
You
start
have
your own
different
family.
priorities now. You have a status.
Yeah. You're a whole ass adult.
That too.
Like, yeah, that's some like incel type shit.
Well, it's not incel. He's married.
But it just they let one slip through. Slip through. I get married when you're going to. When I got married, my wife became my immediate family. Everyone else became extended. Some people out there are still being strangled by the umbilical cord and somehow are oblivious to it. Yeah, like if your like mom behaved in that manner, like wouldn't you be like, what the fuck? Like I've heard stories like about that where the mother has been like a real piece of shit, but then like the husband like stands up and like doesn't take the shit. But in this one, he was just like, oh no, I want my mommy. Overbearing parents can ruin people's lives. I've heard of parents showing up to their kids' job interviews. What the fuck? What the hell? Showing up to their job interview for what? What's that even gonna do, man?
Good question.
Just leave him alone, bro.
Bruh, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to shut the fuck up after she insulted my sister's thighs? No.
What?
No, you're not. Do you want to hear this story?
Yeah.
It's not that long. I'm 30 and my 12-year-old sister is living with me right now
Oh,
because my
12.
mom and pops are vulnerable, so it
Mm-hmm.
made more sense for me to care for my sis for the time being. She's a really great kid, and to be honest, I feel in a lot of ways like she's my own kid because my mom and dad don't speak English, so I kind of had to raise my sister in ways that they couldn't.
Mm.
Hard to explain, but I'm sure anyone with a secondary culture will get what I mean. My mom and dad are great parents, but having an English speaking person to guide you through shit when you live in an English speaking country is invaluable, in my opinion. And my sister trusts me with stuff she won't necessarily trust my parents with. Anyway, my girlfriend was FaceTiming me and my sister walked past in shorts and a t-shirt because it's hot. My girlfriend waited till my sister had left the area, but not the room, and made a face and said, maybe feed her less open. Bruh.
Mm.
She's 12.
Oh wait, maybe feed. Wait, did you say maybe feed her less?
The girlfriend said, maybe feed her less, OP. Her thighs are kind of chunky. I
What?
saw red and told her to shut the fuck up and immediately ended the call. My sister is a bit chubby, but for fuck's sake, who says stuff like that about a 12-year-old
12.
girl? Literally everybody I know has been texting me that I'm a piece of shit boyfriend and that
What?
how can I disrespect my girlfriend like that?
What?
I'm expecting an apology from her, but to my shock, everybody is expecting me to apologize. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
No,
No,
you're not.
absolutely not, bruvs.
Like, okay, also when you're 12 as well, especially for females, you do go through a phase of putting on a lot of weight because of the hormones and shit. Like, what? Yeah, literally a horrible person. Horrible. That's like 12,
My
man.
girlfriend is a piece of shit, bro.
12, bruv. And everyone else is a piece of shit for saying that, I don't
From
like
what
this
it
pen.
sounds like, the girlfriend probably is like, I didn't even do anything. He just told me to shut the fuck up. Oh my god. That's what it feels like, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Wait, what the fuck? I probably said something like that to my sister when she was 12, but I was 14. Like, that's just, yeah, like, I get that, because you're, like, siblings. That's just, like, sibling bullying.
Yeah, one that's sibling stuff, so it's like, it's not as taken to heart.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not a grown woman
Yeah.
saying that to a
Exactly.
child.
Yeah, to a little child. Like, you probably, like, fuck her up, like, in terms of, like, her body image? Bro. Being a tween is rough. The kid could develop an eating disorder, a body dysmorphia. Yeah, literally. It's such an impressionable like, phase in your life. And if you have someone, like, say that shit, bruh. What even? Like, how is that disrespecting his girlfriend? The girlfriend literally disrespected his sister. He's literally, like, flesh. Like, blood. Flesh and blood, man. It's our welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, what absolute dick. Oh, I guess I gotta find one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. Oh, I might be ass off for storming off from my sister's wedding after she dead named my son. I don't even have to read that to know.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
yeah, I've read that one. He's not the asshole.
Yeah.
Though he, she, the what is it? The sister? She says that his son has to wear a dress and everything. Oh no, she doesn't. Originally the dad was like, okay, but we're all gonna be wearing suits, right? Like, you chill with that? And she was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Then they show up to the wedding. they're all in suits, and
Mm.
the sister somehow gets pissed off that the trans son
Mm-hmm.
is also in a suit, and she's like, "Why isn't she in the dress
Oh.
I that I had recommended?"
Mm.
And he's like, because he didn't want to. We're all
Yeah.
in like wedding attire though. It's not an issue. This is a non-issue right
Yeah.
here. They go through the service, everything. They're at the point where like you're eating dinner and stuff, like the reception and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the seat where the son is supposed to be sitting has his dead name on it, and
No.
it's like this is bullshit.
What the
You're
fuck?
a bad person, and then they left.
That's so fucked up. Like, it does not hurt you like at all to just respect someone. Like, that makes me so angry. Makes me so fucking angry. Yeah, they're not the asshole at all. It's like not even a question. I don't even know if to ask, man. Okay, this one is, am I the asshole for getting upset with my family for laughing at me during a breakdown? I've been dealing with random crying fits since high school, but when I moved out for college, those issues evolved into fits of rage and longer lasting, more persistent, irrational thoughts. After I spiraled earlier this year, I started going to a therapist at my university, but only got one session before going home for the summer. The reason I have to be in therapy until now is because my family is extremely leery of mental health treatment. Their belief is that I won't have any episodes if I perform better academically, which I guess is fair enough since failing at assignments is what usually triggers me. In general, they've been treating me with the same kind of annoyed dismissiveness that you give to children having tantrums, except I'm not a child having tantrums. I'm an adult who's exposed to them many times over the years that I feel like my brain is melting. Like I'm getting more and more crazy until I completely lose ability to control myself and ruin my own life. Anyway, I've been in a dispute with my university parking department for a few days, and today my anger peaked with me screaming incoherent threats while brandishing a glass water jug at my sister. I wasn't thinking straight at the time, and I regret taking it that far. But what really troubles me is how my brother and sister reacted to the situation. Namely, they made no attempt to de-escalate things and instead opted to laugh at me. After sitting in the car for a bit to calm down, I asked them why, and they called my behavior a hilarious overreaction and that I shouldn't take things so seriously. At this point in my life, I thought I stopped caring about my family's opinion of my mental health, but somehow that really hurt me. These rage episodes scare me a lot, at least with the random crying. I can just hide in the bathroom and not make it anyone else's problem. But when I'm randomly angry, I can hurt people. Are they just reacting reasonably to my senseless behavior, or should I discuss this with them further?
It kind of sounds like bipolar.
Yeah, I don't think he's the asshole. I mean, he's got... they don't... Yeah, it doesn't seem like they can control their behavior. It seems like they have some kind of potentially mental health issue.
Yeah.
And then the family's not exactly being helpful, or they're not being productive in trying to help. Everyone sucks here. Yeah, that's what it's tagged as, everyone sucks. But I mean, if you're dealing with actual mental health issues, like you said, could be something like manic depression, it's kind of hard to blame their episodes on themselves, and it's not really something that you can control, and you do need help with. Family's not supportive. Making threats and stuff means therapy is not managing. Yeah, exactly. It's clearly not managing. Yeah. Yeah, they need help. They need professional help. And I guess they tried to do that, going to a therapist at university. But yeah, I guess, yeah. They said that they only got one session in before going home for the summer, so. Yeah, that's kind of a rough one. But yeah, I think the family's probably more of an asshole, I guess. But still, obviously making like threats and like.
Yeah. Making the threats and stuff.
Yeah. Like, if anything, that's probably more scary than like a hilarious overreaction. Yeah, everyone sucks. Everyone sucks. Everybody sucks. Oh boy.
Alright. Funny.
Ayuk, or is it Ayuke? Welcome. This is me being horrible with names again. I don't think there will ever be one stream where I pronounce someone's name like incorrectly. No, what am I saying? There will always be a stream where no, every time I stream I will always pronounce names incorrectly. I don't think there'll be a time where I get them all correct. I just can't read. Oh, I'm tired. At least so far we have agreed on everything.
A lot of these feel like very straightforward.
Mm.
Emily also for telling cashier that wasn't the girl's credit card.
Oh?
Hmm.
Wait, so
Throw away because
Keep
the OP is saying said that whoever was buying something near them wasn't using their own credit card. Throw away because husband told me I was the asshole and want to know before I get home and argue. On phone format is bad. I was in a higher end department store today, rhymes with looming tales, and happened to end up next to two teenage girls while shopping. One of the girls had picked out a pair of very expensive boots, and they were both fawning over them. Second girl must have looked at price tag and asked boots girl if she's really gonna spend that much on boots. Girl with boots says something along the lines of, "It's fine, I have my dad's credit card, I'm not paying," which instantly caught my attention because that's not her card. I've told my son multiple times he's never allowed to use my card, so I'm interested to see how this girl thinks she's going to get away with fraud, but had split up from the girl at this point because we had found something out. Because they had found something out. We end up at the same register, me behind, and I see her total hit well over 4 digits. The girl is about to swipe a card when I decide that I can't let her get away with something like this, and someone has to parent this kid if no one else will. That's not your job.
Yeah.
You don't know why she has the card.
Yeah, there could have
You
been an
don't know
agreement.
anything about this kid's life. You're stepping into a situation where you have 0 context. And no, knowing that the card is not hers is not context to the situation.
Yeah.
That's like a tiny piece of information. I tell cashier that isn't her card but her father's, and I'm not sure she has permission. So then what's the issue? If you don't know if she has permission or not, you said she has to be parented, but you're admitting that you don't know? That's like fucking... That's a Karen move. Exactly. That's such a fucking Karen move. Girl and friend turn and glare at me, giving me possibly the dirtiest look I've ever seen. I swear this girl was going to throw a tantrum right there. You're throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think she was ever told no. Girl tells cashier her father gave her the card to shop with because it's the store's credit card and it gives him the points. Now that I've pointed out it wasn't hers, cashier tells her she can't use the card. That's a
What the?
weird rule. That's a really weird rule.
Yeah, I've been like shopping with my parents like cards before, like to get
Yeah,
groceries and shit.
I've paid for so much shit with like either of my parents' cards because they told me to. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, go get something with this," and I was like,
Yeah. What the fuck?
how is that fraud? Girl tries to show ID to prove they have the same last name. Yeah, that will help. And I tell her it's still fraud. Girl says it's not fraud because she has permission and tells me to mind my own business. I tell her
Yeah.
that it's my business. No, it's not. It's not your business that she's doing something illegal. It's not illegal. Why would that be illegal? She needs to pay with her own card or I call the cops. Why?
What?
Why? Girl is pissed now and people are glaring at me as they should. She
Yeah.
uses her own card and leaves crying. Cashier looks mad at me and I tell my husband when I get home only for him to agree I was in the wrong.
Yeah.
So I read it and then also yes.
You
Yes,
are
you
the
are.
asshole. Because like, what if
100%.
the
It's
father?
not your business.
Yeah.
You're not the one losing money if she didn't have permission.
Yeah. Like,
You're not her parent.
literally, what the fuck? Like, the father could have been like to the daughter, "Hey, you've been like, like done something really well this week. I don't know, look good
Congratulations, you
grades or
got
something."
some A's in school.
Yeah. Go like.
Go buy yourself something nice.
Yeah. They might just be like rich or something. It's not your like. Either way, the father would have found out through the like bank statements and like then could have made disciplinary moves. But it's not up to you to like just step in like that without knowing any context about the family's relationship. Like what? It'd be different if it was like a literal stolen card from like they picked it up off the floor. Like that would be different. But what? Yeah, that's some bullshit. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Mind your own business. It's not that hard.
Like she's like some people are just fucking rich, bro.
Yeah.
5 figures is nothing.
Yeah.
You said you're in a higher end retail store. Like
As if the parents wouldn't ask like, "Oh, where'd you get those shoes from? Like, what money?" I knew a chick that needed to spend at least $3,000 on one of her father's card a month at his request. They have it like that, bruh.
damn. Bro. Damn. Oh my god, that's wealth, baby.
Yeah. So the reason you can't do that, especially in the States, is because the parent can just file and say it's not a purchase that was authorized, which is a loss to the store and probably a loss to the job of the cashier. Interesting. But the part about this, the woman had to follow the line up behind her. Yeah, literally stalked her through the shop.